Chief, a text here on whether you are satisfied with response times, both for 911 and for calls once 911 dispatches.
Yeah, amazing question. The shorter answer is no, I'm not satisfied. This has been something that we've talked about since I've been chief. And while we are seeing improvements in what's going on, it is, in my view, not where it needs to be yet. But I think when I think about response times and wait times at the 911 center, I hearken back to budget discussions a few years ago when we were at well over 20 minutes for priority one response times. And I think, I do want to tip the hat to the chair and the board who supported a budget that got through city council that ultimately led to the development of a multi-year hiring plan that the chair and I and our CEO worked very closely on. And that multi-year hiring plan is designed to improve our operating capacity to address the very issue you're discussing here. And we have driven response times down from upwards of 24 minutes. We got it down to 17. Now we're down at 13 on average. I don't think 13 minutes for a priority one call is still the right time, but we're headed in the right direction. And I said 2 years ago, this cannot get fixed in one budget cycle. It's going to take a number of years for us to rebuild our capacity, hire enough staff, train them, get them equipped on the road and productive in a way that's going to maintain the downward trend to the numbers we'd like to see over time. And the last thing I'll say is recently we're very much welcoming the Inspector General of Policing for Ontario announced a review around response times and as it relates to adequate and effective policing. And I think that's really important because expectations of Torontonians are, I expect, uniquely different than expectations of residents in more rural settings as it relates to response time, and rightly so in a dense urban environment. And the Inspector General will help all of us in the sector unpack that a little more and provide some clarity on how we measure, evaluate effectiveness in that specific area.